Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you are doing well. I just got home from church, which is why I'm a little bit haggard, plus I'm slightly hungry. But you don't care about that, do you? We are going to be talking about some interesting news. It's going to start off with Ubisoft and some information about what's going on with them, a rumor that was spreading around, and then we are going to be tackling the biggest no crap Sherlock news you will probably hear this year, and then we're gonna end it with just a little sprinkling of Scott Pilgrim versus the world. So I'm excited to bring this to you. Hope you guys are too. Now, without further ado, please roll that intro and let's get into the content. Our first story is going to be Switch version of Ubisoft's Prince of Persia remake resurfaces online. But will it make the Switch? In September, the long-rumored Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake was officially announced for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. While there are no formal mention of a Nintendo release, an Ubisoft Twitter account at the time posted and then removed a tweet making reference to a Switch version. Pre-orders for a Switch copy of the game also temporarily went live, and this also followed the box art surfacing online. To top it off, another 2 realtor listings for a Nintendo Switch version of the game have now appeared in Greece, thanks Nintendo Life user GeoBros. These websites include Game Explorers and the Console Club. The same cover art is once again on display, and the release date is also 21st January next year, which lines up with the launch on other platforms. Senior analyst Nico Partners Daniel Ahmad, who previously implied the remake wouldn't be coming to the Switch at all, more recently said a Nintendo release wouldn't be happening in, quote, January. Both the above-mentioned websites have already revealed a local version of the recently announced Final Fantasy VII/8 Remastered Twin Pack, well ahead of its official announcement. If we hear anything official about the upcoming Prince of Persia remake coming to the Switch, we will sure let you know. In the meantime, tell us if you would like to see this title released on Nintendo hardware. So, this rumor is being put to bed. It apparently is not going to happen. We're not going to get Prince of Persia, which, I'm not a Prince of Persia fan, but it does make me feel bad for those who are, who may have wanted it to come to the Switch, I don't want this device. I dropped stuff. I don't want this device to just be about what I want on it. I want the Switch to be a everybody system. So if people aren't getting the games that they want, it kind of makes me a little bit upset. Not like super terribly upset because, again, I don't super care about Prince of Persia, but you might, and that's the important thing. I want to be a consumer advocate, just like Mecha Random. If you enjoy certain games that I don't, okay, cool. We're not all the same, and that's the wonderful thing about video games. So, yeah. So the next story is our big no-duh moment of the day, probably the year. And it starts off as Nintendo will remain king of Japan over the next years, says game industry consultant. Bloomberg recently published a story about Microsoft setting its sights on Japan as the next console battleground. Fortunately, according to one game industry consultant, it's not expected to have any impact on Nintendo, at least in the near future. As noted by Bloomberg, Nintendo's current generation platform, the Switch, quote, enjoys dominance in its homeland right now, with its family-friendly portfolio of games, which leaves Xbox to duke it out with PlayStation. Surkan Toto, a game consultant who works in Tokyo, explained how for the next years, Nintendo will remain in the top spot within Japan. Quote, all sites point that for the next years, Nintendo stays king in Japan. I really do not understand why Microsoft is still so obsessed with Japan. He also makes notes how Microsoft will continue to have a hard time in Japan and can't see the PS5 outperforming its predecessor anytime soon. According to Famitsu data, Microsoft's Xbox One made up just 0.1% of console sales in Japan this year, through November 1st, while the PlayStation 4 claimed 10.1%, and Switch accounted for 89.8% of sales. If Nintendo wants to maintain sales momentum and overall interest in the Switch over the coming years, it could be as simple as releasing a hardware version like the rumored Pro model. The more affordable price of the hybrid system in its current state, compared to Microsoft and Sony's next generation hardware, is also likely to be a major selling point. So, I think it's still going to outperform. I think it's going to do ridiculously well, and we're going to have a very good year for Nintendo next year as well. I think everyone loves this nice little package right here that the Switch provides for people, and it's just really a fun time. I honestly truly don't see anything happening anytime soon with the Switch. And like they said, if they want to keep it fresh, just release the rumored Pro model. I'd get a Pro model Switch. I mean, I love this Switch right here, but this is the original. I would love a Pro model to see what little things that they can do to upgrade the system. Just interests me. But let's take a look at a few comments, and then we'll get to our final story. Juiceman5 says, I could have told you that, and I'm not even an industry consultant. Snatcher says, wow, really surprising. Something tells me I hints sarcasm in that voice, in that text message. And Colette says, I think the most incredible thing is it's at some 70M units sold, without a price cut. I thought a price cut would come this November due to the new consoles coming out. But they're clearly confident it's going to hold its own, even with the new console factor. Also, it was released in March, not the traditional Q3 that video game consoles launch at. So it's outpacing the competition with one less holiday under its belt. When was the PS4 given its first price cut? I think it was 30 to 36 months after release. When they do drop the price, crap will get real soon. Son, my apologies. I just got home from church, so I'm not reading things proper. John V. Boy says, pretty obvious, to be honest. Where the Switch has surprised me is its universal appeal in the West, too. And then Ouya says, it's a very interesting situation with Microsoft in Japan. I do think that their lack of any major RPG franchise makes them less appealing to the Japanese market. I would have to agree with that. I remember when they made an attempt to address this on the 360 with Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey, although that didn't seem to last very long. I do wonder how things would transpire if they did purchase Sega, and if they had franchises such as Phantasy Star and Shining Force as Xbox exclusives, along with other series which are popular in Japan, like Yakuza and Shenmue. That would be interesting, although maybe excessively difficult, as Sega come with so much in the way of extraneous baggage, but it does seem that Microsoft released that they need to do something about their standing in Japan. But they have failed to do this for 3 generations now. And then I think the final comment I'm going to read is this one by Antimatter. Japanese gamers love kawaii games, like scenario games. I'm going to butcher this name. Sumiko Gurashi, Disney Tsum Tsum, Cooking Mama, Story of Seasons, etc. That's the secret recipes to please Japanese gamers. And me too, to be honest, I love kawaii. And Nintendo have a lot of kawaii games in their menu. Edit, if Microsoft want to sell their Xbox machines very well on Japan, Microsoft have to throw away their ego. Quote, I'm too cool to make kawaii games. Japanese gamers want kawaii games, not Western FPS games. And I'm just going to read this one. Has Nintendo ever failed to capture Japan? Their handhelds have always been pretty ubiquitous over there, and no one's outsold them on that front yet. To be quite honest, I agree with the kawaii games part. Japanese people love kawaii. If you want to sell, make kawaii. It's not that difficult. People love cute stuff. I like cute stuff. You like cute stuff. I'm pretty sure every single metalhead out there likes cute stuff. It's something you can pretend that you don't like, and you can act all tough and that you don't really like the cute stuff, but you like the cute stuff. You really do. And so for me, it's just one of those things where it's like, make kawaii stuff. I'm not an Xbox fanboy. I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I will always be a Nintendo fanboy. This is my jam. But I do have respect for Phil Spencer and Xbox. I really do, because of their relationship that they've had with Nintendo. So for me, it's like, okay, just either partner with Nintendo more and get some ideas from Nintendo on what to do in the Japanese market, because clearly their friendship is pretty tight. They have a really good companionship. Minecraft is third in Nintendo's top sales. I think they have a pretty tight business relationship. And so I think they just need to get over it and swallow their pride and make more kawaii stuff. That's the formula. That's it. So let's get into this final story, and then we'll wrap this video up. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the complete edition rated by Peggy. Available holiday 2020. One pleasant surprise during the Ubisoft Forward broadcast back in September was the announcement Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, complete edition. Good lord, that's a very full title. Including Knives Chow and Wallace Wells downloadable content. I am not a Scott Pilgrim fan, so please forgive me if I butchered those names. I'm about 80 to 90% positive I did. Would be coming to the Switch and multiple other platforms this holiday season. While an exact release date hasn't been revealed just yet, we shouldn't have to wait much longer. Earlier this week, this re-release was rated for Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Google Stadia. Why would you even waste your money on Stadia? Nobody plays it. By Peggy. Quote, this game has received a Peggy 12 because it features moderate violence and use of bad language, not suitable for persons under 12 years of age. If you haven't played 2D arcade-style beat-em-up game before, if you haven't played this 2D arcade-style beat-em-up game before, it's inspired by iconic graphic novel series and 2010 Universal Pictures film where Brie Larson actually looked presentable and was not a bat crap insane person. Here's a bit extra about what to expect along with some screenshots. With this unique blend of style, humor, and classic gameplay, players will help Scott Pilgrim take on enemies, including the League of Seven Evil X's, to fight for love. To do so, players can embody Scott Pilgrim, Ramona Flowers, Stephen Stills, and more unforgettable characters, all featuring their own unique signature, moves, and attacks. By earning experience points, and characters can level up and learn numerous deadly skills. The quote continues, additionally, players will have the opportunity to team up with up to 3 friends locally or online to defeat foes, share health and coins, and revive each other. Friends can also compete in subspace minigames, frantic dodgeball, or challenge each other to epic last one standing battles. So these are the screenshots. And they actually look really, the art style is great. It looks really faithful to what the manga was. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So, for me, this is definitely going to be a game that I'm going to get. I've read about, I think, either one or one and a half of the books. And I liked it. I liked the series. It was good. It was fun. So I would love to play the game. It's right up my alley in terms of I like arcade games. I like beat 'em ups. And again, this is like an arcade machine. You can put pretty much any old school arcade game on it and it will work. And so I'm very much a supporter of that genre. And I think it's going to be just a fun time. It's going to be fun learning what to do, playing it on my channel, just having a fun time, screwing up, messing up, and enjoying myself. And I think so many other people are going to think the same way. Because for people who are fans of the series, what's better than playing Scott Pilgrim versus the World? Playing it on the go, while you're on the John, while you're on a train, while you're driving in a car. Not the actual driver of the car, just want to make that clear. Do not play the Nintendo Switch and drive, people. That is a horrible idea. But just being able to do it anywhere you want to, that just sounds like it's a fantastic time. So, for me, I'm all for this. This is 100% cool, and I'm excited about this. So, tell me what your guys' thoughts are on this video and any other stories that were in this video. And if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. Comment down below telling me what you think. Hit the like. I already said that. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell. And share the video because it tells YouTube, hey, I like this ugly mug. I like this ugly face. Please show me more of it. Okay, maybe don't show me more of the face, but I like the content of the face. So... I am such an idiot. So please take care, guys, and have a fantastic and wonderful day. This is Gabe of Happy Blobfish Productions signing off saying, I'm going to go eat food because I just got home from church. Take care and God bless. Peace out, everybody.